Serious today. Today we're getting serious. We're getting so fucking serious today. Nothing has ever been this serious. They've never seen anybody like this. Today will be a weird stream. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I'm saving all my preview stuff. We're gonna start that next week. So this will be the last stream of the week. I have a video coming for you guys. Probably by Friday it'll be out. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna start doing some previews for some teams on this channel, and I like the idea that I came up with in my little brain. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. It'll be like a 15 to 20 minute video. So for those of you who haven't liked the fact that the videos on this channel lately have been hour plus, don't worry, we're gonna go back. Okay, how's the fantasy team doing? Do you guys actually care? No, I'm going to Austin City Limits this weekend, so that's where I'll be. And then next week, I'm not sure the schedule. We're 3 weeks away, at least from Mavs season opener, 3 weeks to the day. So that means what? We're 20 days away from the NBA season opening night. Obviously, super pumped. Got a crazy job interview in a little. Good luck, 214. Everyone, let's wish 214 good luck. Gonna kill it, man. Gonna kill it. How's the PT going? It's going great. I had an appointment this morning to get an ultrasound done. I'm pregnant, so we're all excited about that. For my blood clot, I won't know. They're going to call me in a couple days. Now, the lady, they better be good news, because the lady who did my ultrasound, I mean, she can see it. She already knows all the stuff. Yeah, well, I have to figure out the free throw stream. We'll have that figured out. She already knows all the results, but she says, like, I can't tell you. Your doctor has to tell you. And, as I was leaving, she was like, you're still on Eliquis, right? I was like, yeah. She said that. I was like, fuck. And she was like, yeah, just keep taking it until someone tells you not to. But then at the end, she was like, I wouldn't be that worried if I were you. So that's good. And I knew it was a good sign whenever we started doing it, because the first time I got the ultrasound on my leg, I had a cast on, so they weren't even able to look at the calf. But this time they did, and I was telling her, I was like, hey, they don't want me to like massage the calf because they're worried about it breaking off, because the ultrasound's kind of like a massage sensation. And she was like, no, yeah, no. She was like, I won't. There's certain things I won't do if I see something. Like I won't, squeeze on it or press down on it or anything if we see anything. By the end of it, she was going to fucking town on the calf. So I took that as a good sign. So we'll see. I need some good news. Hey, man, it's been... I'm a level with you guys. I'm a level with you guys. Okay? I'm a level with you guys. I need a win. It's been a rough few months, man. It's been a rough few months. That much is certain. I need a W. Which is, I wouldn't even really count this as a W, because like the whole situation's an L in the first place, and just ending in L is not necessarily a W. But fuck, man, I'm due for a win. We got so many wins coming up. I'm gonna tell you that much. We got so many wins coming up. That much is certain. So I'm not entirely sure what all we're going to talk about. I watched a ton of sports yesterday. That was great. Watched every baseball game that was on, all of them. I watched all of them. And then, my Lord, what a game we had last night between the Fever and the Aces. That was an incredible game. That's one of the better game sevens we've seen in quite some time. Game 5, obviously, but winner go home, do or die game. Slow season is over. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I'm thinking of going to the Raptors game or OKC game. They're on consecutive days, but the OKC game is a second night of a back-to-back because there's a chance players might be rested for OKC. Oof, man. I don't want to be the one to recommend you one of those games and it'd be the wrong choice. You know what I mean? Typically, first night of a back-to-back is the safest. Oh, Bacons, that's like the third or fourth game of the season, right? Yeah, that's I think the third and fourth game of the season. Are you in the you're not traveling in, are you? You're in the Metroplex? It might be better just to wait and see and buy last second. As long as you're not traveling in, I would wait. I don't think ticket prices don't go up and down dramatically. Day of the game. Thomas with the $2. Here's a W for you. Don't go spend it all in one place. Oh, I'm going to. What's my favorite media day moment? Wasn't it boring this year? Is it always boring? I think the idea of it's better because it's like, all right, the season's actually here. Dude, the AD Fat Talk, I'm not even partaking in it. I'm not partaking in any of the fucking cry festivities that happen every single day. I'm done with it. We've spent months doing it. I'm not doing it. Not doing the sulking every fucking day. I'm done. Okay? That shit's done and over with. He looks perfectly fine to me. Looked fine at media day. And you guys know I'm consistent on this. I never did this shit with Luka either. Like, I'm just done. I can't do it. We did it all last year. I can't. It's done. Okay. It's done. It's over with. Like Jesus. Media day didn't even include Jimmy with the new hair. I know. Coop looks a little chunky. Coop will be on Weight Watch. Coop's Weight Watch will actually be the interesting one to watch over the years because he's going to have to fill out and add some muscle. So that'll be the interesting Coop Weight Watch. I have a hard time imagining Coop gets fat, but there is going to be a time where it's like, all right, he needs to add some muscle for real. That'll be Coop Muscle Watch. KG had a crazy media day question, to be honest. Kevin Gray. I don't want to blow up his spot, but him and Clay are cool. I know that. Jeff Teague roasted Kevin Gray? I gotta see that. Do you prefer an app to buy tickets? No, if I can buy through the team, I'd much rather do that. All these apps are fucking... God, if I say... Oh... Is there like a business practice? I mean, you go down the list and they're all anti-consumer, but ticket reselling apps, is there like a least consumer-friendly business model than that? Is there a single one? I'm trying to think. I mean, they're all like anti-consumer, but the ticket reselling ones are just like, yeah, fuck you, dude. I don't give a shit. Should have bought them earlier, you piece of shit, garbage human. It's like, dude, I just want to be able to like go to this concert. It's like, yeah, you should have thought about that. Shouldn't you have? Shouldn't you have thought about that? you see how the CEO of Ticketmaster said the tickets still aren't expensive? Yo, I saw that. Trust me. I can't say. Wrong time, wrong climate. I cannot say the way these people should feel every day. I can't say it out loud because, again, the climate's wrong. But, like, yeah, I mean, saying, yeah, it's a badge of honor to spend $16,000 at a courtside ticket to go to the Knicks game. No, it's not. MCR pit tickets were like approaching a band. Who's MCR? My Chemical Romance? Damn, really? That's surprising. I mean, good for them. When are we getting the flagpole flag picture? That's when the hype should begin. I'm working on stuff, man. I got a Cooper flag shirt design idea that we're cooking up. I want it to be ready before the season starts, but time's ticking. You know, I want to get the shirt. I want to get a feel for how many people would maybe be interested in it. Good shirt idea? I want to do a thing. I want to do a thing where it's like, if you're seen on TV, please be real with me. If you're seen on TV with some sort of slightly biased related merch, there should be a prize. See that Marquise Chris isn't here. You could add and we deal for Chris. That's great. That would be hilarious. We got, yeah, there's got to be Fan Jam viral marketing. Great one. Yes. I feel there will be a surprising amount of those hats here on Mavs TV. There should be something. There should be something. I'll have to think it up. We'll think of something. Dude, should we all go to Fan Jam with the hats? That would be fucking hilarious. You going to the fair? I'll probably go. Guys, I don't know what today's stream. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys. Today's stream is just going to be all over the place. If you haven't liked the stream yet, though, make sure you do so. Helps you out tremendously. Let's keep having a great time, of which we are. 120 of you in here, only 20 likes. Guys, I'm not a math major, but that ain't good. It's not horrible. It ain't good. If we're seeing a slightly merch, slightly pays off your mortgage. No, I don't think that one works for me personally. Slightly biased ends the homeless crisis. Can you imagine that? That'd be great viral that would be great viral marketing. Grimes just signed qualifying offer for the Sixers. Really? Fuck yeah. Now this is the type of music I'm talking about. No, the hats are done. The hats are done. I've had Sham's notifications turned off. It will remain that way. Wow. That's brutal for Quentin. That's brutal for QG. Oh, it was Ari. He hasn't, like, has Ari been wrong? The consensus NBA. Quentin Grimes will sign his 1 year, $8.7 million qualifying offer. I feel like Ari's actually been pretty right. If he's like concrete saying something. I want to hear your sports gambling takes. Stay tuned on the Slightly Biased Clips channel later today when this stream's over. I did a ramble on it earlier. I did a ramble on it a second ago. Yeah, I think it's fucking stupid as hell. I think it's stupid as hell. I mean, the qualifying offer is a bad place to be at. I'm not even sure. Could the Mavericks have even offered him a qualifying offer? Wasn't there some rule about that? I don't remember seeing this. Apron restriction. There was something. The no trade clause makes it interesting. Warriors Reddit seems to think they could trade Kuminga for PJ. Do you consider that? I don't like Kuminga at all, but at least there's some young... Nah, I wouldn't do that. Why is my fucking thing not working? See Kyrie clips from yesterday? Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. Like, with this injury stuff, I don't know. I'm telling you guys as someone who's currently in the process of recovering from an injury, not as serious as one, but still a serious one. I guess a serious one, because I was asking, I was like, if I was an athlete, how fast could I be back? That was one of the first questions I asked, was just like, oh, if I was an athlete, like, what? And they'd be like, oh, you'd be out for the season for sure. Anytime you tear ligaments, you're fucked pretty much. I was like, oh, okay, well, I am an athlete. But anyways, plus DVT is true. Yeah. But anyways, man, like, I feel fantastic. I feel like I could run a marathon. I still can't run. So, oh yeah, I asked my PT, I was like, hey, I'm in a slow pitch softball league. Our playoffs start early November is when our playoffs start. Any chance I can be back for that? He's like, nah. I was like, what? I legit feel like I could run today. Oh, well, Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek Hill, that was brutal. I mean, that's probably the end of his career, huh? How about this? Look how big of a favorite Wemby is. Dude, this is insane. I mean, you damn near have to bet $200 just to win 100 on Wemby winning Defensive Player of the Year before the season even starts. How many is he going to get? Okay, over under Defensive Player of the Year awards for Wemby, 5.5. What are you guys going to take? Is that a good number? You're basically just saying you think he'll have... Will he have 5 healthy seasons in his prime? That's basically what you're asking. Like, he was well on his way to winning it year 2 in a landslide. Under because of health and an injury-free career, definitely over. I think I'd go over. Just got to be 5. AD's third in odds, tied with Amin and Draymond. Chet, number 2. Yeah. We've looked at this recently, didn't we? Didn't we just look at this? Ricochet. Oh yeah, we did, because it was like, why the fuck's Mobley so low on this? And I still don't understand that. Why is Mobley below? Did I say Ricochet? I meant Dyson Daniels. Why is Mobley below Dyson? Like, let's just be a little bit honest with ourselves on that one. Well, would there ever be a world in which Dyson Daniels is a more impactful defender than Evan Mobley? Just no chance, man. The bigs will always have the leeway. Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Suggs, Asar Thompson. Like, what is the world where Dyson Daniels wins over Jaren? Lug, Kling Kong, Zubats, bam. My God, look at it. My GOAT never got one, man. And I don't think he's ever gonna. My GOAT, I went to bat for Bam every single year. And now look at him, plus 10,000. He's got the same odds as Kling Kong. Kling Kong's not a horrible sort of like outside shout. Plus 10,000 is obviously crazy, but his mom calls him Bamonte. But there's a world in which Portland's defense is decent. And he's like the anchor of it. Gobert, Giannis plus 10,000. Kessler plus 10,000. Interesting. Interesting that Giannis was that low. Gobert, yeah, it's last season was a little scary. OG, KP, I'll book any of those bets, please. Come through me on those. J-Dub, Scotty Barnes, I'll book any of those, please. Jaden McDaniels, Herb Jones, all plus 20,000. D. White, Miles Turner, Shea, and Tumani Kamara plus 30,000. And then how about that? Flag is on here. See the lockdown guys asking Dennis Smith Jr. how it feels everything's changed in the Mavs organization. He's like, my boy Dwight's still here. Oh yeah, probably one of the funniest quotes of the day. I knew that Flag would have one of the best quotes. I knew it. I knew DSJ would have one of the best quotes. So Flag's got the same odds as Hartenstein, same odds as Tari Eason. Let's go, baby. That's the respect. Thunderhole starting fives on this graphic. I mean, they were fantastic. Flag kind of robotic on camera. Yeah, man, this guy's not. His personality is kill and play basketball. That's it. I saw the quotes. He didn't laugh at the Kyrie joke. I hate these guys, man. I really do. I hate them. I have a hatred for them. I just do. It's just the truth. I also saw AD a fat watch. I mean, can we pull up the pictures, please? He's 18 years old. He's probably fucking nervous. Like, he's at his first media day. I still can't get over if I were like a young player. Imagine like, I really can't believe this is disgusting to me. Cooper Flag was 9 years old when the 2016 finals happened. That is shocking. Just shocking and disgusting. I guess he would have been 10 years old. Still. But anyways, like I still feel like, you know, being a basketball fan growing up, getting drafted, and now you're teammates with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Like, would that not be totally bizarre? Like, I watched these guys, and now they're on my team. Hey, Clay, yeah. Thoughts on AD being fat? Man. Where are the pictures? Where are the pictures? Where can I go to see the pictures? Thoughts on AD wearing goggles for the rest of his career? Or a boost? Or a boost would be what I had to say about that. Kirk has it. All right, let me find it. Is AD looking a little chonkier? I really don't think so. And I'm not only saying that because of a coping mechanism, but I really don't think so. My crazier is 15 pounds, not as crazy for big guys. Like it's less percentage of what they would weigh. Well, the weigh-in things, like those don't really, like they go years in between updating those. He's eating at Texas barbecue. I like this idea that like guys go to Texas and then get fat or whatever. Like these dudes aren't multimillionaires who travel all the time and have access to all the best food they want at the snap of a finger. B-Ball Forever has one side by side. Oh my God. This makes me want to block this account. Am I crazy? I don't see shit. I don't, like, I really don't. They don't look that noticeably different to me. Yeah, this jersey looks just smaller. It's slight, but not, I mean, he like... I just searched Anthony Davis's name. Am I missing it? I mean, maybe I'm just missing it. He doesn't look noticeably bigger in any of these photos. Luka is gone and the Weight Watcher has gotten worse. Well, now it's just everyone just has to be as annoying as possible 24/7. That's not like the prerequisite. That's like now the requirement. Is this from this year? Is this from this year? Oh man. I'm so fucking scared. I'm so fucking scared. I might... I might I really do think there's a world where Wemby might win MVP this year. What's this Nick tweet? Is Anthony Davis top 10? Yahtzee. Anthony Davis is a current all-star. He's top 10, period. No, he should not be a top 10 player. I hope you are joking. Man, the Locked On comments are great. Nobody can decide if they want to hate the team or love the team. Is this from a couple days ago? I don't see the fat at all. Like, am I crazy? What am I missing? Hey, who's this? Look at this guy. Look at this tweet. Mavericks Thunder Part 2 series preview. Oh, God. Oh, man, what the fuck was I on about? This was May 5th this year. Welp is the rematch we've all been waiting for. Thunder coming off a dominant series sweep of the Grizzlies. Mavericks coming off another hard-fought series against the Clippers. PJ Washington held quiet at 13 of 41, 31% from the field in round one. Hell yeah, PJ. Shot 46% from the corner on 26 total attempts. Damn, he was getting those things up there. Will be the key to the series for the Mavs. Yep. Anthony Davis. 26 points per game, 13 rebounds. But God damn, he dominated him, man. Come on. What are you guys so upset about? Look at what AD did last year in the playoffs. 26 points, 13 rebounds, 3.5 blocks. 100th percentile rim deterrence so far this postseason. He's here. Jason Kidd, the gun emoji. Come on, man. Kill a kid. Lose his first game gimmick again last round. That's right. They did. They did lose first game. That's right. Coach circles around Ty Lue. We call him Helpless Lou, folks. 1.78 points per possession on ATOs. Holy shit. And he won every single challenge. And they won every single fourth quarter. Nico Harrison. Re-signed Nico Chance showering down at the American concert. That's right. I remember that. You guys remember that? Game 6 against the Clippers this past postseason. Yep. You guys remember that? Re-sign Nico. Oh, yeah. Look, Clippers fans chanting hire Nico at Intuit Dome. You guys remember that? The Mavs were doing so good that the Clippers fans were wanting them to hire Nico. Was not in the tunnel every game. No, he was out and about. Greatest trade deadline of all time. Many people were saying that. Defense does win championships. Grak, is this true? Rob Gronkowski. Gronk, is this a thing? Gronk, is this true? I forgot when we were doing that. It's so exhausting. The hoops the lockdown guys have to jump through when they bring up Luka and Cooper in the same sentence and not defend Luka stands. Man, that's whenever I go on there and I don't give a fuck. Gork, please. Rob Gronkowski. Gronk, please, bro. Please, Gronk. Tell me this is true. Please, Gronk, for the love of God, tell me this is real. All right, so what's going on with the Kuminga stuff? Because I know what happened. I haven't fully been in the weeds. I gave up on the Kuminga situation months ago. Don't give a shit anymore. Nobody should really give a shit about it any longer. This is one, but I will say this though. This is one of the crazier tweets I've seen a newsbreaker have about a contract. Ending a summer-long stalemate, Jonathan Kuminga has agreed to a 2-year, $48.5 million contract. All right, $24 million, not bad. To return to the Golden State Warriors, agent Aaron Turner told ESPN the deal is a team option designed for the contract to be ripped up and renegotiated next summer. Like, what? Damn. Why'd you have to word it like that, bro? Dude, I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. This video is one of the funniest videos I've seen on Twitter. And the fact that it's now become a reaction video, makes it 10 times funnier. I will almost certainly be tweeting out this a video involving this. This will 100% be a reaction video I use at some point. But there was another one I saw. This one. This is the style I like it.
I love that guy.
I'm just imagining Cooper Flagg, drops 29 points in his second game of his career.
I love that guy.
Is this guy all right? Is this guy all right, though, for real, honestly?
I'm so freaking pissed right now. That's just bullshit.
Oh. Man. So wait, who's the winner and who's the loser in this deal? I haven't who comes out on top? To me, nobody does. Nobody's a winner in this situation. Sure as fuck not Jonathan Kuminga. They're basically stuck with Kuminga this year, and they added years the team trying to hope they can get some trade value, cap space, or a cheap deal if he grows. Well, from what I did see, didn't he? Let's just search up his name on Twitter. Good luck, everyone. I don't know what we're about to scroll upon. I don't know what we're about to scroll upon. Man, shout out to Carson. I really do appreciate and like his tweets. He's really funny. I'd love to go on their show. I'd love to have them on my show at some point, if at all possible. My new show that's launching soon. It's launching so soon, folks. The Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga are the annoying couple in high school that always threatened to break up but never did. This ain't a real picture, is it? This ain't a real picture. You can't tell anymore, man. You can't tell anymore. They launched that new AI video making thing yesterday. You actually can't tell. I told you guys when we were making fun of some of this shit, I told you guys, dude, this stuff's going to get really scarily good. Paul at the $2 decided to buy a show will launch in 2 weeks. Hopefully sometime around then. It's just going to be slightly early, and we're doubling down and tripling down. What did Deion Waiters say? What did Deion Waiters say? What was his famous quote? Bet on myself and double the fuck down. That's why you get info from trusted sources. True. I want to see who are some Warriors people that I can read about on this. This is a win-win. My guy KOC. This is a win-win. Warriors get flexibility. Kuminga gets a bag and another chance. He must do the 3-and-D thing. Yeah, actually, you know what? I say everybody loses in this situation. Kuminga does get 24 mil. So can you really be a loser if you're making $24 million? I would say no. But in the grand scheme of it all, shout out to Charlie XCX. It's tough. This whole situation just feels so botched. I mean, top to bottom, it really does. Kings fans, Kings fans are the biggest winners. The Kings not throwing him an insane bag is absolutely. The Golden State Warriors are now expected to add Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and Seth Curry to finalize the roster. It's good Lord. So what is? I saw a Warriors guy mention that Al Horford might start for them, which would mean their starting five is potentially Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Al Horford. What the fuck, the unction? Wicked, 36 months. What spooky movies are we watching this October? Man, good question. I need to get back into my movie phase. I did watch one yesterday. I watched the new Naked Gun movie. It was funny. I feel like I would have liked it more if I was a little bit older. Some of the jokes were just like, all right. I could see that being funny, like if I were, 50. But it was funny though, and it was a good time. The Suns offered Kuminga 4 years, 90. Do we know about that? So after 3 months of waiting, and his agent, Kuminga, will get $850,000 more guaranteed than the original reported offer from July, plus the trade kicker, though no certainty he will be moved. Compared to the qualifying offer, he gets 14.5 more guaranteed, but without the power of a no trade clause. Goochmaster Extreme, 7 months. Go watch one battle after another's peak. I need to, absolutely. I was supposed to go on Sunday, but I was nursing a bit of a hangover after Saturday's extravaganza. So I didn't go, but I need to go see it. All right, guys, Sam. We'll be back on playback soon. As soon as next week, we'll be back on playback. Back on playback. 0 way to spin it as a win for Kuminga's side. My read the entire time was they were stalling to see if they could get last second sign and trade or Golden State Warriors to panic. Didn't happen. Now the real interesting part begins. No, there's no fucking more interesting part. The interesting part has subsided, man. Like, let's get serious. Let's get honest. Like, I don't care any longer. Right? 2-day hangovers yet, Unc? No, we're still at 1 day, and I didn't get that drunk. But where we have entered into the phase of is week-long anxiety for no reason. That's the worst. The worst is the anxiety, even when you know you didn't do anything, but it just lingers. That is the worst, man. Whenever I was 20 years old, I didn't give a shit, and I was a degenerate piece of garbage human. I just want to be clear about that. But now it just lingers. I need to see one battle after another. I've heard nothing but incredible things about it. I haven't yet to hear one singular bad thing about it. I'm 23 and I get anxiety. I feel like I was 24, 23 whenever the anxiety started to hit me like a ton of bricks. It did help me out tremendously, though, whenever I found out everybody does it. Everybody gets it. Oh, yeah. I'll have a couple beers and feel the effects the next day. Fuck is this video, man? Got it real center. Spacing is finally good. Melton back. Gary Payton II back to 2022 form. Post pods leaps. Team vibes high again. Sign Seth with the new Splash Bro to make Steph happy. Kuminga sent to hell in January. Trey Murphy on the way soon. Says who? The message from Jonathan Kuminga and his agent Aaron Turner to the Warriors this week: flip the team option to a player option, and Kuminga will sign deal and buy into mission of getting Steph Curry another title. Well, that didn't happen, so now they're not buying in. Jonathan Kuminga stands have a hilariously romanticized memory of his 4 Minnesota games last year. There's Kuminga stands. I need to get in the weeds on this one. I need to get into the weeds more. I really didn't realize there was a strong contingent of Jonathan Kuminga fans. That didn't even sound possible to me. Yeah, I mean, that didn't even sound like a real possibility, but everyone has stands. Well, yeah, but I mean, Kuminga, Kumingistan was a Central Asian country? No, not since the USSR broke up. So with the dust officially settled, how are we feeling about our 25-26 Warriors? God, they're so old, bro. I'm sorry. I just cannot buy into a team this fucking old. I just can't do it. I can't get there. I just can't do it. And in a league that's just getting so much bigger. Them going the opposite and still staying small. Just can't. Don't know. Don't know if I can get there for them. They could be good. They could be like decent though. I don't know if they'll be like a championship contender though. The average age, somebody listed it out because there are people who think Hield's going to start over Pods, which would make them older, obviously. Because how old is Hield? I mean, Hield's got to be 30 at this point, right? Surely. It feels like he's been in the league my whole life. But I remember watching him. Well, let me be careful what I say. 32 years old. Before I call this guy a grandpa, I was just about to say, I remember watching him in college in person. While I was at college. So let me be a little careful there. Was he in college? Wow, he was a 24-year-old rookie? I knew he was at OU for a bit, but... You know, this team did rattle off like a really impressive winning stretch last year. So... You got to give them some respect. I just have a hard time buying into these grandpappy teams. Just have a hard time. What is this photo? Do I have any favorite late round picks for this year's draft? Yeah, who are the guys that I was in love with? Panda. Any news on him from Media Day? We are reaching the time where the delusions that you had about your late round picks are gone at this point in time. I liked Noah Pinda. I think Nick Clifford will be pretty good. In Sacramento. He had a really good summer. I think Brian Kalkbrenner, low key, like, is he not going to get a ton of minutes in Charlotte? Like, who the fuck else is playing center? Sham, Steve Kerr says he won't seek an extension until after season. If it's meant for me to keep going, I'm meant to keep going. If it's meant for the team to move on to someone else, there will be nothing but gratitude and appreciation. Okay, interesting. Kalkbrenner's going to be a starter. Yeah, dude, Theo seems nice. I mean, what's his shot looking like? If he can't shoot, he's not going to play. Some people really like Kobe Bray. Is that how you say that? Maxime right now is going to play a bunch probably. And I'll get these guys' names down. Trust me. This random fuck who... Brooks Barnheiser, who got drafted by the Thunder in the second round. Yeah, he'll be a rotation player for them at some random point when they're dealing with injuries, and he'll look really solid. And they'll be able to flip him for maybe a late first down the line. So just bank on that happening, by the way. Honestly, Ryan Nembhard may have a role. For as hype as everybody was about Ryan Nembhard going into the season or like summer league, man, was there a single word spoken about him at media day? Like one singular thing said? Why am I getting PJ Washington fucking child support updates, man? Oh, so disgusting. My hot take is some of these second round picks should have gone first round. Well, yeah, that's usually how it goes. But I mean, naturally, some of these guys will end up being really solid rotation players. That's how it always works. They said Musa is starting. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed, Musa. No, I was just thinking, am I going to get sucked into the Hornets again? Nah, no fucking chance in hell. Not a chance in hell am I talking myself into them ever again. They're done for me. Jonathan Kuminga just made a bunch of money and bailed out the Warriors so they could keep the salary slot and trade possibilities at the deadline, just like many of you were screaming about all summer, but somehow you're not happy. There is no way in hell that is what happened. There is not a single way in hell this is what transpired, bro. You think Kuminga took a friendly deal? Bro, what happened was the Warriors said, hey, this is how much we can pay you while bringing in all these guys, so this is what you're accepting. Or you're accepting the qualifying offer. It's up to you at this point. Thinking the Kuminga is like, nah, I got you guys, is hilarious, bro. Hilarious. No one is trading for Kuminga? Well, we'll see how it goes. Where's the... I don't want the fucking Pat McAfee show on my screen ever. Where's the baseball? God, never in a million years do I want this pile of shit on my screen. And no offense, and absolutely no offense meant towards him. But please, God, get this piece of shit off the screen. And again, no offense meant at all. Oh, I also wanted to read this. I wanted to read this article. Good. I don't. We've been streaming an hour, and God knows what the hell we've talked about. I don't even know. You want to know what's interesting, though? Is I actually do think Pat McAfee's good on College Game Day. But that's because I feel like that fits exactly into the niche that is like required for that show. Does that make sense? Like he actually fits it to a T. All right, let's see it. Biggest question for all 30 teams. Fire emojis, laughing emojis, likes. Atlanta, are the Hawks and Trae Young ready to contend in the East? What a great question. I mean, can't any fucking team ask that about themselves? Is that what this whole article is? Is this team good this year? I would say the biggest question for the Hawks is beyond that. Is this the year Trae Young proves he's worth that contract extension? That's the biggest thing hanging in the balance for their franchise. The biggest thing. I think they should have a good team, though. And I guess if they contend, that'll answer the question. If the NBA follows 2K25, the Hawks are long-term contenders, and that is true. Celtics, what is Boston's objective this season? So what is it? What do you think the record has to be around February before they're like, Tatum, please, God, stop this. Stop this madness. We're not letting you come back. Okay. Put down the Kobe Bryant documentary. And by the way, you should see how that ended when he rushed back from an Achilles tear. But put it down. Put down Mamba mentality. Put down that book. Let's relax. You ain't coming back. I'd say, where would they have to be? If they're like the 4th seed somehow, okay, I could see it. If they're 8th, 9th, 10th, what are we doing? Right? And I mean, there's a possibility it's even worse than that. If I'm them, this is such a perfect tank year. I mean, it's literally laid out in front of you. Like, you have carte blanche to just fucking not blow up your roster. You kind of already did, but you've got the perfect excuse to just fuck off for a year, get a high draft pick, like really kind of retool on the fly. JB will try hard his way into 7 turnovers a game. So that we're not worried about that. Brooklyn Nets. Will there be enough space and opportunity in the offense for Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr.? Man, who gives a fuck? If I'm the Nets, who actually cares about that? The real question is, do any of the 5 first-round picks we just drafted look like legit franchise cornerstones? That would be my question. Do I end the year saying, "Oh yeah, okay. I know a lot of people had a lot of things to say about us. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about us taking 5 guys in the first round, and it wasn't a very inspiring draft. But can at least a few of these guys really solidify themselves? I don't give a shit what Michael Porter Jr. does. He's just there. That was the price we paid to get what could be a pretty valuable Nuggets pick down the road. But of course, you want them to do good. Like, don't get me wrong. Michael Porter Jr. does good. You could trade him. Someone will talk themselves into that 100%. Cam Thomas. He's got a no trade clause, doesn't he? 5 guys should sponsor the Nets. That would be genius. Hornets, can LaMelo Ball be the star the Hornets desperately need? I'd say more than anything, can LaMelo just stay on the floor? 105 career games. Man, what? What? How long has he been in the league? He's going on... Isn't he going into year 5? Wait. This is wrong. This article is incorrect. This article is not correct. Now, I think what they're meaning is 105 games the last 3 years, but I don't even think that's right. It's less than that. He's played in 230 games in his 6-year career, or 5-year career going into 6. What? Is that maybe how many games Brandon Miller played? Anyways, I'd say can LaMelo stay healthy? It's hard to even assess him as a player with how little he's played in recent years. I mean, he had 51 games his rookie year. That was a shortened season. So I think there was, 70 games total that year. Then 75 games, then 36, 22, 47. I mean, he just has not been on the court at all. Like, it's so difficult to analyze these guys. Brandon Miller, no, I'd say LaMelo's the biggest question, but Brandon Miller's up there for one of the bigger questions too, because he's got to stay on the floor as well. And year 3, kind of when you start to see these guys really take steps forward, and I'm a big believer in his. But yeah, can LaMelo stay on the floor? Because if he can't, then you've got some questions you got to answer. What's his contract looking like? I think he's probably extension eligible soon. Oh my God, no. Shit. He's got 4 years left. Oof. Yikes. That's a lot of money. He's got like 4 years, damn near 200 milli. Whew. God. Best of luck. Bulls, will any of the team's young players take the next step? Yeah. Realistically, you want it to be Matas, right? Well, you just paid Giddey, so you'd like Giddey to continue to improve. I kind of feel like Kobe Wise, who he is, you know that you're not going to get like a legit star. Matas is the one that I'm really, really hoping for if I'm them to take that step because he's got the size and that sort of makeup that you want to see. Cleveland, can the Cavs get over their playoff hump? Yeah, I mean, they're one of the... I thought about today doing like what team is under the most pressure this upcoming season, like ranking them. I think the Cavs might be number one, right? Like, it's crazy to think that, but if they flame out in the playoffs again, don't you have to do something? You've already done the coaching change. You didn't really do much this past offseason, and I don't hate that decision. But you've already done a coaching change. I mean, if you flame out in the playoffs again, don't you pretty much have to shake this thing up? You have to. DG, Jared Allen, like both those guys might be gone. At least one of those guys for sure gone. I think they might be under more pressure than anyone in the league. Mavericks, when does Kyrie return and how soon can he get back to form? Is that really the biggest question? I'd have to say for the Mavs, I think the biggest question is, well, this is just coming from a sicko Mavs fan. I think in general, this is probably the biggest one. I'd say it's more so, can the Mavericks stay afloat until Kyrie comes back? That would be more so the question. But yeah, maybe just in general, like big picture, Kyrie is the number one question. How quickly can he come back? And what does he look like when he returns? How do the Mavs balance winning and developing their 18-year-old rookie? I'm not worried about that. Denver Nuggets. Will the Nuggets' depth and defense be enough? I'm kind of excited for the Nuggets, man. Oh my God, the Cleveland Guardians are pooping and peeing in their pants. It's just Cleveland playoff tradition, dude. I'm actually really pumped to watch the Nuggets this year. Obviously, I hope the Mavericks go far. But a Nuggets Thunder conference finals? Just a rematch anywhere, really? Ooh, I would love to see a part 2 of that. I'd love to see a part 2 of that. Give it to me. Please, I need it. Detroit Pistons, where does Jaden Ivey fit in this new equation? Yeah, that's their number one question. Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree here. Full stop. I think this is their biggest one. You know, they're kind of gambling on him a little bit, I would say. They did go out and get Karis LeVert, but letting Schroeder walk to me is a sign of like, yeah, we're gonna bank on Ivey coming back and looking how he looked before he had that horrible injury. So, and he's going into year 3. And this is, again, typically around the time. But if Ivy breaks out and continues that, that stretch we saw from him before he got hurt, that's your duo of the future right there. Cade and Ivy, and then you've got Asar. Are we sleeping on this Pistons team just a little bit? I feel like everyone just kind of assumes, yeah, the Pistons probably will be maybe a little bit worse than they were last year. I don't know, man. Cade, Ivy, and Asar. I like that. That's nice. That's just so much athleticism and size, too. Golden State Warriors, can they avoid the Jonathan Kuminga contract bleeding into the season? Well, we know that this just got signed. I just can't believe Kuminga's even. I mean, what the fuck, man? How is Kuminga even in this tier, man? I just, for the life of me, don't get it. Like, how is Kuminga worth this headache? I don't understand it. Rockets, are the Rockets still contenders in the West after Fred VanVleet's potentially season-ending torn ACL? I would say, piggybacking off that, I'd say they get to it in the body paragraph here. But like the real question based off of that is, like, can Reed Shepherd, will Reed Shepherd prove he was worth the 3rd overall pick? Or can Amin Thompson take a lead ball handler leap? Like, that's kind of the question that needs to be answered, I would say. But in a roundabout way, that is what the question's asking. They were never contenders. I think they were at least fringe contenders. And if you're a fringe contender, you're a real contender, because all you need is 1 or 2 things to go your way. Now, they had one thing go drastically not their way. But I am quite... I mentioned this. They're going to be more fun to watch. Like, they might be worse, but they'll be more fun to watch. I'm really excited to see what Amin Thompson looks like in this expanded role, assuming he does get one. Indiana Pacers, what should be expected of the Pacers this season? What's their biggest question? I mean, realistically, if you were just to be like super specific in your questions, it is, can Andrew Nembhard turn into the player he is consistently in the playoffs? Can we get a full season of Andrew Nembhard where every game looks like he's playing in the postseason? Because if the answer to that question is yes, fantastic. The poor guy on the Guardians and Centers playing his first game in the big leagues. Is that true? And he dropped that pop fly? I really don't think people are ready for the smallest player on the floor for the Rockets is 6'7". Yeah, but what happens when you play a team like the Thunder? And yeah, maybe you tower over them, but Alex Caruso's in the fucking pocket of Amin Thompson the whole time down the floor. Then what? That's when it starts to get into, all right, we need somebody to bring the ball up the court and get us into something. How will the Clippers handle another NBA investigation involving Kawhi Leonard? I mean, the real question is, will Kawhi Leonard play this season? Will Kawhi Leonard play for the back half of the season, or will his ass be suspended? God, they're so old. 40-year-old Chris Paul, 37-year-old Brooke, 36-year-old Harden. How old is Beal? 32? Lakers, will this be the last LeBron James last season with the Lakers? Look, the reality is this is not the biggest question involving the Lakers. Okay. Now it is, like, media narratives wise is. On basketball court, absolutely it's not. The biggest question probably involves Ayton. Maybe it involves Luka's health. Like, I don't know where you want to go with that. Yeah, this upcoming season, like, if LeBron retires as a Cav next year, it doesn't really have an impact on them this year. It's more... I'd say my biggest question for them is, can Ayton redeem his career? Because if the answer to that question is yes, and he has the year that, like, Lakers fans think he can have, then that changes their outlook quite a bit, right? If the answer to that question is no, and Ayton's doing this soft, pouty-ass shit and looks like a loser-ass player like he's looked his entire career up until this point, especially his years in Portland, which, by the way, I got such a gripe. People were saying, like, oh, he's done demon time now because he made a quote where he's like, now I'm at a place where it matters. Man, it always fucking matters, loser. All right, but beyond that, if he's not, then they're in some trouble. They're in some trouble. Yeah, Reeves is a question too. Like, can Reeves put together a solid postseason? Because you're thinking about paying him $30, $40 million a year. So that has to be a question that gets answered. Absolutely. Grizzlies. Does Memphis' abrupt decision to retool better position the Grizzlies for long-term success? That's a good question. You know, I'd ask things about John Morant's, health. Can we get, like, a consistent season from him? Because if we don't, then do we have a problem on our hands? But yeah, their sudden retool, and kind of surprising retool, will they, I think people are sleeping on Jalen Wells and how great he was last year before he got hurt. If he just gets better and builds off that, that could be huge for them. Yeah, Cedric Coward, who I liked quite a bit. Cedric Coward's a little bit raw, though. That was one of the things. I guess my immediate question is like, how are they going to deal with the slew of front court injuries they're entering the season with? And is that going to submarine them? Like, is their season going to be over before it even begins because of the front court injuries that they're getting fucked over by already? I mean, Edey, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark will not be ready to start the season. Brutal. Can the Heat rebound and erase the bad taste from last season? What's a better question for them? Doesn't Hero have a contract decision coming up soon? The Heat are, I'm not like, their roster doesn't blow me away. Yeah, they've got a Tyler Hero contract decision to make this offseason. I would have to say, just based off of what paying a guy that much money does to your team, like Tyler Hero is the biggest question. He had a great year last year. Does he build on that? Do we feel like, okay, it's not perfect. We probably have to go out and get another big guy at some point. But Hero and Bam, that could work. We can pay Hero, and that duo right there is enough for us to at least have a shot. And hopefully maybe down the line we can trade for a guy because we're Miami and these guys just fall into our fucking laps. That would be my question. Oh yeah, and Hero's out. Hero's out with that foot surgery. That's right. I forgot about that. Norm Powell being on the Heat, it won't sink in until I see it. I don't know why. That's the one that's just been the weirdest one to me. That one actually is Norm Powell being on Miami. That's the strangest one. Can the Bucks become a contender again with Giannis Antetokounmpo? Literally every single question is basically like, will this team be good? 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 Oh yeah, we'll be doing predictions. Those will start next week. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird to me that he's in Miami. It's just weird because he's coming off of a really good season and like the Clippers just kind of traded him. Like they got John Collins back, which I guess is fine. And it kind of like fits what they need. They needed a power forward. But at the same time, it's just like a little weird. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Like, can they be good enough? The question the Bucks just have every year now is, can they be good enough for Giannis to be happy? That's really it. Realistically, are they contenders? No. The East is so shit that, yeah, maybe you could talk yourself into it, but are you going to Mavs Fan Jam this year? Yeah, actually, I think I am going to go. And you know what? I want to do a hat. Everyone wear your hats. That would be so funny. We should absolutely do that. Why do media fans think just because they have Giannis, they can contend? He's been a first-round exit every season since 2022. Well, 2 of those years he was hurt in the playoffs, to be fair. Last year, Dame got hurt right before the playoffs. He needs to be healthy in the postseason. But I think a reason why some people give him a fighting shot is, again, this is not a good conference, So if you can just get in as the 3 seed, 4 seed, and avoid having to play like the Knicks or the Cavs in the first round, yeah, dude, you got a chance to at least win 1 series, right? Why would they not let you win with a hat like that? Minnesota. Are Minnesota's young players ready to step up? This is actually the best question for Minnesota. I would piggyback on that and say, an extension of this question, or maybe the precursor to this question is where Mike Conley's fall out. He's washed, okay? But where Mike Conley, and to a greater extent, Rudy Gobert's slight decline last year, little fall off last year. Are we going to continue to see that? Because if the answer to that question is yes, then oh yeah. They got to get something from Dillingham, Terrence Shannon Jr. Yeah, I mean, I would say Beringer is just like looks so raw that there's almost next to no world in which he provides you something immediately. It's real, man. There's a lot on. I feel like there's a lot on Rob, huh? A lot of pressure. New Orleans Pelicans. Can the Pelicans stay healthy? Rinse and repeat, evergreen statement, but it is the statement. So what's DeJounte's storyline? We hear about all these other Achilles injuries, but like, what's DeJounte's? Around January? Around Christmas? Is that what we're thinking? Has there been any word on that, really? Kind of forgot about that one. It's crazy that Herb only played 20 games, too. I don't know, man. Murray came back. So Murray broke his hand. Murray broke his hand. Wasn't it first game of the year? Broke his hand first game of the year. Classic. Came back. He did come back. But then he tore his Achilles, I think on New Year's Eve. Or no, January 31st. Yeah. Yeah, Herb tore his shoulder. Wow, okay, DeJounte played way more games than I thought. I don't know why I thought DeJounte broke his hand, came back, and then immediately tore his Achilles. He played way more games than I thought, but still only 31. And obviously he won't be playing to start the season. Yeah, it's 100% possible that the Pelicans have a not half bad season. Knicks, will new coach Mike Brown change the starting lineup? That feels like a good question. What would the Knicks starting lineup be? That would probably be my question. Do they commit to a Mitchell Robinson playing with Cat approach, or Guardians just hit a bomb, or do they go back to the Josh Hart? That's the biggest question, I would say. 100%, I would agree with that. Maybe there's a little bit more like, hey, offensively, can we get into sets where like we're getting Mikal Bridges more touches throughout the game? Same thing with Cat. Just a little bit more consistency. What teams do you guys think will be the worst in the league? Yeah, Brooklyn has to be the worst, I think. OKC, will there be a championship hangover? So my biggest question for OKC is, will there be a Chet Holmgren offensive leap? That's it. Can we expect a Chet Holmgren offensive leap? I've already talked about this. If Chet Holmgren takes a step forward offensively, like we've kind of think he's shown flashes of it. He's really got to do it in the postseason, at least at 3-point shooting. I'll stand on this. I don't know how they lose. I really don't. I have no clue how they lose. None at all. But I've been wrong about this stuff before. Orlando Magic. Can Desmond Bane have Paolo and Franz take the next step? Yeah, I agree with this. They were one of the worst 3-point shooting team, and I think by volume also the lowest frequency 3-point shooting team last year. They only shot 30% as a team, which is so laughable. Doesn't even make sense. 30% as a team. How is that even possible? If Chet does not take an offensive leap this year, do you begin to lose hope that he ever will? No, not necessarily, but I think there's room for like a big leap, and maybe if he doesn't do it this year, maybe the big leap's gone, but there's room for him to make like a consistent shooting leap at the very least. But yeah, the whole Bane question is, can they at least become like a somewhat league average offensive team based off of this? Because I think they'll stay right around top 5 defensively, and that's good enough to be a really good team. Sixers, will Joel Embiid be healthy? Evergreen ass question. But this is the question every fucking year. Suns, how will the Suns rebuild affect Devin Booker? I've been thinking about the Suns a little bit lately because I've been trying to talk. I try to talk myself into all these teams, like when I'm thinking about them and previewing them and stuff. Try to talk myself into it. Talk myself into Phoenix. I've tried to do it. Like, is there a world where addition by subtraction, KD and Beal were such energy sucks that those guys leave and now all of a sudden we're playing better because of that? Is there a world in which they're just a little bit better than we think they could be? Like Book kind of returns to that top 10 level. Maybe Malawatch is better as a rookie than we think. Maybe Mark Williams stays healthier than he has in years past. I really can't get there. I can't get there for them. I just can't. I mean, someone's got to lose games in the West. You know. Some random with the 5. In my opinion, you underrate Lakers and Mavs. In my opinion, both are tier 2 contenders. Although I think lots of teams are there. New York Knicks, Cavs, Hawks, Wolves, Nuggets, OKC, only tier 1. Interesting. I don't know if I would put the Mavs, Lakers in the same tiers like the Knicks or Cavs. And the reason why I'd separate those more than anything is like those teams are playing in the East. I do think they're better teams, though, to be completely fair. But they're playing in the East and their road will just be easier. If that makes sense. But no, I mean, I think I'd have my tiers. I do think you have a Thunder Nuggets tier, number 1. Then I think you get the Cavs Knicks. And maybe I'm sleeping on those two, number 2. But then, yeah, I would agree with you that I'd have the... I'd agree with you that I'd have like the Mavs, Lakers in that next tier. That seems about right to me. Portland Trailblazers, can Scoop Henderson make the leap before Dame's return? Yeah, I guess for the like future of their franchise, Scoot's the biggest question, huh? Like my just this year outlook is like, can their defense be like top 10? And because of that, can they make a play and push? Like that would be my question. Can their defense get to top 10? But yeah, Scoot's got to step up. But it is long term. Like, can we see year 3 from Scoot? We saw some flashes last year. Year 3 from Scoot. Anthony Simons is gone. You've got a couple great vet presences in the room now with Drew and Dame. That is probably like their biggest question moving forward. Kings, can the offense hide the Kings' serious defensive flaws? Man, my question would be, is anybody on this team here post-trade deadline? That would be my question. I think this is the biggest potential blow-up team there is. Some ran with the 5. I'm happy too, but Nuggets in a higher tier. But you create a new one rather than put them in OKC. OKC are just better. I think there's a gap there. Gap. I'm assuming you meant. Hey, I'm here for that. You guys know how I feel about the Thunder. I do like that series was so close last year, and there were times throughout it I thought the Thunder were going to lose it. And I do think the Nuggets got better. I do think there's absolutely a world where the Thunder steamroll again this year, like steamroll. Hey, we did it. We know what we have to do. We're so young, and just progression isn't always linear, but these guys will get better. These were high draft picks, lottery picks. Like these guys are going to continue to improve. They have their whole careers. But who is trading for these players? You can't even blow the Kings up. No one wants the leftovers. That's true. It does get a little bit more, interesting during the season when teams get really desperate. Like, isn't DeRozan on a expiring? Some team could talk themselves into it, right? Some team could talk themselves into DeMar. Levine, how close is he to expiring now? I mean, we've talked about his dog shit contract for so long. I mean, we got to be entering the last phase. DeMar's got 2 years left, but he's 25 the next year, which isn't the worst. God, he's 36, man. Crazy. Zach LaVine's 30. What the fuck's going on? LaVine's got a player option of $50 million. I mean, he's picking that shit up. But we're entering the end phase here of the LaVine deal. God, it feels like it's been our whole life. Zach LaVine's been on this horrible ass contract. Random with the 5. I mean, it was close, but in my opinion, OKC was nowhere near what they are capable of. I agree with you there. I 100% agree with you there. I think they had a bad playoffs and won it, but I'm here for OKC doubt. I mean, you guys know my opinion on the Thunder. I was getting shitted on and blasted for saying it all year last year. But absolutely. I mean, they have... Yeah, maybe they are in a tier of their own now that you're saying all this. Because they have a very realistic pathway where they're not beatable. That's just the truth. Sabonis still has 43, 46, and 49 guaranteed. God. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who would want these guys now that I look at it. Oh, man. Spurs, can San Antonio overcome its lack of three-point shooting around Victor Wembanyama? No. You guys do all these other comments. You guys do all these other really basic questions, and now we want to get into like a real like analytical question on the Spurs. The question for the Spurs and ESPN, my God, I can't believe we didn't go there. Is this the year for Wemby? Because the year's coming. The year is coming. Is this the one? The freight train is going to leave the station. Is this the year it departs for good? That's the question. Is this the Wemby year? Paul, $2. I'm officially blasting your Thunder opinion. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating it out because you guys were smelling fucking blood in the water when it looked like they were gonna lose. I was sweating that one out. And it was so disappointing that it was so, and I can't believe I'm saying disappointing for a championship win, but it was like underwhelming enough that, you know, I couldn't even really like celebrate that too hard. Because I said they were going to steamroll. Toronto Raptors, what will Toronto look like this season? Great question. Biggest question for all 30 teams. What will Toronto look like this season? Hell yeah. I love that. But that actually is the question. The fuck is this team going to be? You know what's funny is I saw Ball Don't Stop. I haven't heard from him in a while. It was good to see him on the timeline. People were roasting Ball Don't Stop because he tweeted out like a video and he was like saying, the Raptors are going to be a 50-win team. They've got so much scoring. Brandon Ingram can take over games. They're going to be 50 wins and 4th seed in the East. And of course, you know, I was wanting to laugh at it, but then I thought about it a little bit more and I was like, you know, maybe. I don't know. It's possible. I was thinking about it. I was like, meh. Sure. He convinced me. He was convincing enough. He convinced me. Utah Jazz. Do the Jazz take another step forward in the rebuilding process? Do they have a choice? I mean, they talk about Lauri Markkanen, but like, I guess the question for me is like, is Lauri Markkanen on the team post-trade deadline? Maybe the bigger question is like, do one of these young guys really solidify themselves? Because they haven't really seen that yet. They've got some like interesting young guys on the team. Keontae George has shown flashes. I'm not holding out breath for him really. Bryce Sensabaugh had some real legitimate moments. Taylor Hendricks, of course, had that just gruesome injury against the Mavs last year, but there's still some believers of his. They need and then of course Ace Bailey. Oh fuck. What was the small dude's name from Florida? Oh my God, what was his name? Walters? Is that right? No, that doesn't sound right. Why am I blinking so hard on this? Walter Clayton. Duh. Walter Clayton. Can one of these young guys stamp themselves? Wizards, is in another rebuilding season, can the young Wizards continue to develop and be more competitive? I think it's probably the same thing as Utah, where it's like, can one of these young guys sort of stamp themselves? You know, it's a big year for Bilal. Yeah, Sixers can Embiid stay healthy? It's a big year for Bilal. Year 3. Can he show us something? We got to think about paying you soon. It's a step for Sarr. They had a good rookie class last year. You know, Sarr, Bub, and Keyshawn George were all like pretty solid. And now they traded for Cam Whitmore. I like Trey Johnson quite a bit. I think he'll be fun to watch rookie year. Will Riley, we'll see. He seems pretty raw. The only thing the Jazz need to work on is praying for better draft luck. You might not be wrong. Can we actually move up in the lottery? Oh, this was hilarious too. LeBron James glute sidelined to open Lakers training camp, and then he goes on a Kai Cenat stream. Dude, I saw a clip compilation of the Kai Cenat subathon thing. Is that what it always is? That was embarrassing. Is that a new thing or? It was like, yeah, guys, and if I get 30 members, 30 gifted in the next 30 minutes, then I'll bathe in dirt. But like if I get 50 gifted in the next 20 minutes, this robot will hit me. You guys have to gift it though. You guys have to gift it and then the robot will punch me. Oh, the robot's not working? How do you work, robot? You need 500 gifted subs? Oh, man. I don't know if we're going to get 500 gifted. Like, I just doubt we're even going to get that. You guys hear that? Is my mic muted? Guys, I don't know if we're even going to get 500 gifted. Is that what they all are? I've never watched one. Andy with the 2. How much of a cut does Google take on super chats? I think super chats are 100. That used to be the case. Mavs Fan Jam is next Friday, correct? I should do a stream like that. Ah, man. I'd love to answer your question. Oh, someone, me and my friends had this like thing we joked about. There was a guy, like a TikTok guy. I didn't know him, but we were sitting around. And his like whole shtick was like, this is a day in the life of me going to work. And then he eventually was like, I'm actually quitting my job to pursue TikTok full time. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's the 10th. Yeah. So next Friday, not this Friday, but next. And then he did he was just doing live streams. Hub's Life. That's his name. Hub's Life. And then he would do live streams and they would just be like, yeah, I can't answer that, guys, unless you send me a galaxy. What is a galaxy on TikTok? What is the financial equivalent of that? Like $20? Yeah, sorry, I can't answer that question. It's too personal. You have to send me a galaxy. We were joking, like, what if that's how my streams went? Where it was like, hey, man, how do you think Dennis Smith Jr. fits into this Mavs roster? Guys, I can't answer that. Guys, I can't answer that question without a donation. Do you think Flag will win Rookie of the Year? Guys, I just simply can't answer that without a gifted. Without 5 gifted. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't do it. Oh. Bro's a content creator, then just erase the entirety of his content. Oh, he's gone. Oh. I didn't realize that he just up and quit everything. Paul, the one gifted. Paul, I can answer your question now. Every time you die playing Elden Ring, we have to pay 5 gifted for you to continue. Guys, I'm not playing again. Here's a gifted. Answer the question. Yeah, I'm having a good day. Thanks for the gifted. Thanks for the gifted. That's really all I got today for stream. Again, I have a video prepping for you guys that I think you guys would really like. It's a little series I'm going to do. And then I'll still post stuff on the Ramble channel, the Clips channel. And then somebody asked my opinion on like the sports gambling thing earlier. So you gotta pay me a gifted. No, I'm just kidding. I got a Ramble video coming out on that. This weekend I'll be at ACL. I'm a little bit nervy. a little bit nervy about ACL. Gotta be honest with you guys. Oh shit, and we're coming back on Monday. Fuck, I didn't even think about that. Well, damn. Maybe next week's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday stream. Maybe next week is yeah, guys, just don't feel like streaming anymore today unless I get 500 gifted. So, no, I'm joking. I'm not. Ramble about the gamble. You see the poor guy with cancer downloaded a game from Steam and it stole $32,000 from his crypto bank. Jesus Christ, that's just a wild statement. A lot of bad luck there. Wild that preseason's in 5 days. I mean, dude, there's a preseason basketball game between two NBA teams tomorrow. Less than 24 hours from now, it'll be starting. Remember when the Mavs were in that game, that Abu Dhabi game? Then they got their asses kicked twice. The year they made the finals, they got the absolute shit kicked out of them twice by the Timberwolves, and it was like, you're like, guys, it's just preseason. Who cares? But deep down, it was like, fuck, this ain't good. This ain't good. How did the Mavs do last preseason? I don't even remember. Did they even play, guys? Luka didn't play in any of the preseason games, I remember. He's a streamer that gets donations to pay for his cancer, and someone told him to download a game and it cleaned out his donations. Oh, Jesus Christ. So did you decline to attend the Saudi Arabia comedy show? Absolutely, I did. They were offering me shares in the oil. I mean, we're talking $1 billion contract at that point, but you know, sell my soul, never. Wait, it was last year when they lost to Real Madrid? Was last year when they lost to Real Madrid and Luka played in it, didn't he? Was that last year? And his ass wasn't even making it up the court. And it was like, dude, can he get out of the game? Yeah, I remember Luka fans wanted to murder me on the street in public execution style for that one. Because I was like, guys, he's not even running up the fucking floor. Can he not be on the court? I get this is a sentimental thing for him, but like, we got a full season that's about to start. Was that last year? Damn, that was 2 years ago. It was. I think it was. I think you guys are right. No, he definitely played against Madrid. 100% he did. I gotta look this up now. Dallas Mavericks preseason. Okay, yeah, here it is, 2023. Facu fucked us up. I remember that. That was a tough one. That was a toughie to lose that game. Because it's hard. It's hard to be like, yeah, man, it's just preseason when you lose to the EuroLeague team and everyone's making fun of you on Twitter. And you got to put on a brave face and be like, nah, man, it's just preseason. But deep down, you're like, dude, fuck. What just happened? No, yeah, see, Luka, okay, only 5 minutes. Yabusele was on this team. That's right. I remember that now. Campazzo, the year after he was on our team, on the Mavs. Hugo Gonzalez. Okay, yeah, Hugo Gonzalez was on that team. A very young Hugo Gonzalez. Igor Dimin was there. Didn't play, though. Mario Hezonja, Rudy Fernandez. He's retired entirely, right? They kept showing him in Eurobasket off to the side. 40. I'm trying to remember what went wrong in this game. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. It was like a huge, gigantic fourth quarter collapse. A massive fourth quarter collapse. And it was because we had like all of these guys out there. Yeah, Exum versus Yabu. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, if your team, there's no real win when your team is playing like one of these European teams or something like that. There's no real winning, right? Because like if your team looks good, they're supposed to look good. If your team loses, God forbid, stay off of the internet. And then it's just a tough one to talk yourself. Like it's just tough. It's tough to be like, nah, man, it's just preseason. Who cares? Because deep down, it's like, fuck me, man. This is horrible. How are we going to explain this one? Oh, man. Oh, brother. All right, folks. That'll be it for me today. I got to eat. I'm so hungry. Oh, didn't mean to come here. A couple of things before we say goodbye for a few days. Hello. I listened to Hounds of Love, the full album, a couple days ago. God damn, man. What an absolute incredible album. Hello. All right, a couple things. If you want some more Slightly Biased, make sure you're always paying attention to the Clips channel. I got a video coming out there in a couple hours, probably. I was on the All Things Mavs show with Jimmy. That's up now. I retweeted the link. I'm going on Buckets and Beyond. I've been on their show a couple times. I'm doing that later today. I don't know when that'll be out, but I'll do that later today. I think I'm going on Locked On tonight. I'm not sure. Have to ask. Usually we do Wednesdays, so I'll have to ask there. Not streaming Friday. No, I'm going to Austin City Limits this weekend. So no Friday stream. And I'm not sure what time I'll be back on Monday. So I don't know if we're just booking it out of there the moment we wake up in the morning or what. So, we'll see, but there's definitely gonna be 3 streams next week. So if it's not Monday, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Who are you most excited to see in ACL? Man, look, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. This wasn't a me decision to go to this. We're going with friends. Like, when it comes to music, man, I gotta be real. I'm unk, man. I am in this front. There's people on here I don't know. Oh man, we haven't been to this screen in a while. I didn't mean to come here, but throwback. So I know Hozier. How do you pronounce that? Hozier. I only know a few songs. Take me to church. Luke Combs, couldn't tell you a single song, but I'm not a country guy. Really couldn't tell you a single Luke Combs song. Cage the Elephant, I actually am pretty pumped about Cage the Elephant. Empire of the Sun, I like some of their stuff. Rilo Kiley, no clue who that is. Maren Morris, no idea. Role Model, don't know who that is. Dr. Dog, don't know who that is. King Princess, do not know who that is. I'll stop whenever I recognize a name. All right, well, Friday will be interesting for me. Saturday, Sabrina Carpenter, obviously. Sabrina Carpenter and Strokes at the same time. I'm going to Strokes. I mean, I'm not really a big Sabrina Carpenter girly, but I do like the Strokes, so that'll be fun. Doechii, I know Doechii, obviously. I don't know who Dejo is. Zed's Dead, that's pretty fun. Modest Mouse is pretty cool. Car Seat Headrest. I always say their fucking name wrong. Magdalena Bay. All right. All right. Saturday, we're cooking a little bit. Leisure, I think I'm familiar with some of their songs. I think I got them house music, right? I think I got them on some playlists. Outside of that, don't know any of these people. It's funny because I was talking about my friends that are like, dude, you don't know South Arcade? I'm like, no. Sunday the Killers is pretty cool. John Summit, I don't really know. Feed, I have no clue who that is. T-Pain's pretty cool. MKG, I don't know who that is. Fanagram's cool. I'm pretty... Passion Pit. There's like next to no hip-hop. I'm just not realizing this. Unless some of these guys I'm not recognizing. Am I wrong? There's like zero hip-hop here. I'm assuming most of these are like, you know, techno music, right? Like DJs. Is Austin City Limits more of an alt? It's more of like an alt. Yeah, it's more of an alternate rock festival, isn't it? Yeah, I mean T-Pain, but you know, there's no like big rap artist really. I mean, I'm still pumped. Don't get me wrong. But I was looking at the lineup and I'm like, holy fuck, I don't know anybody here. I don't know anyone. All right. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you all for tuning in. All of the OGs, you guys know, love you very much. Could have spent your Friday, and by Friday I mean Wednesday, afternoon anywhere in the world. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Donations, members, you guys never have to do that, but helps you out tremendously. Makes you feel so good. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will talk to you all later. I've got a ramble video going up on the Clips channel here in a bit. Love you all. Bye.